Are you always right? Your opinions are constantly backed by facts, and everybody else just doesn't get it. Well, what if I told you your brain is probably tricking you? There's a hidden force controlling your thoughts, shaping your beliefs, and even manipulating your reality. It's called confirmation bias, and it's one of the most dangerous cognitive traps that we fall into. Do you remember the 2008 financial crisis? Confirmation bias had a big role in it. Check out this video to see it in action.
The market's in an itsy-bitsy little gully right now. It's like everybody said, okay, that was crazy, let's just all calm down. I sold that house for $350 the year it was built. 2 years later, $480. Then $585, maybe 18 months ago. This couple bought it for $650 last year. He'd let it go for that. Hi, John. Will break his heart, but he'll let it go.
Why is he selling?
Neither one's working right now.
Orlean, you'd say they're motivated, right?
As motivated as one can be in this neighborhood. This house on the left, I'd say they're probably motivated.
Wow, a lot of people seem very motivated.
Oh, it's just the gully. That's all. Just nerves.
It's just a gully. These things have happened before. We're gonna get over it. It's nothing big. It's just a little bit of a slump. This is what the real estate agents, Wall Street, and all the other bankers were pretty much saying to themselves and to everybody else around them. And they were flat out wrong. One of the reasons behind this was confirmation bias. Confirmation bias is the tendency to seek, interpret, and remember information that supports our existing beliefs. It leads us to ignoring evidence that contradicts our views. We cherry pick information that confirms what we already believe, and we just ignore all of the other facts. They're not true. And the stronger we believe in something, the more we're actually going to be doing this. And the more we do this, the more it reinforces our stereotypes, misconceptions, and flawed decisions. This is why confirmation bias is so prevalent in politics, research, and pretty much everyday decision making. We know what we know what we believe in, and we only hear what we want to hear. All of the other facts and information that we get go one ear in, the other ear out. It confirms our prior beliefs. And the more you believe in something, the more extreme you're going to be in those beliefs. And the more extreme your views and beliefs are, the more you're going to spin this around so that it at least makes some sense to you, that it makes sense to you what you believe in. So let's just look at a few examples of this. Vaccines, Earth is flat, climate change, and now I'm seeing more and more that the moon landing was faked. All four of those beliefs are flat out wrong. Science has proved it over and over again that vaccines are safe. They're saving millions of lives yearly, but some people still don't want to believe that. Science has also proven that the Earth is round. We have so many observations, so much research, but people don't want to believe what doesn't conform with their beliefs. They pretty much just flat out reject it. I've seen a few posts that Flat Earth Society believes that Mars is round because we have proof of this, but Earth isn't. Wrap your head around that one. And then we have climate change. Researchers have proven this over and over again. They're just going to cherry pick one single fact that may confirm what they believe, and they're going to spin the whole story around it. And one of the ways confirmation bias works is if you don't agree with that person on these four topics, what they're going to pretty much just say is, you don't understand it. You're just not enlightened enough. You don't know the true facts, the ones that I know. Confirmation bias goes really hand in hand with the Dunning-Kruger effect, groupthink, and in-group favoritism. All of these cognitive biases are actually really well linked together. And most of the time, when a person has one, they most likely have the other. So how can we make sure that confirmation bias doesn't happen to us? There are three things that you can do for yourself. First is you need to challenge yourself. You need to actively seek out opposing views instead of actually avoiding people that think differently. Listen to them. Try and understand them. This is going to give you a different perspective, a different viewpoint, and it may actually change your opinion as well. Then the second one is you want to play devil's advocate. Before you accept something as a fact, argue the opposite side. Can you prove yourself wrong? And then the third one is you need to diversify your information sources. Of course, you're going to have your favorite information sources, but try and seek out different information sources and different views. So if your main information source is Twitter or TikTok, you may want to seek out some other information sources as well, because short tweets and 30 to 60-second videos are definitely not going to give you enough information on complex topics that need more time and more effort in researching. So what about when you want to change somebody else's mind? Here, you also need to do the three things that I just said. One of the big differences in this is that you actually need to talk with them. First, you need to hear them out. Then you need to challenge them. You need to play devil's advocate with them. And then you also want to show them some different informational sources. What you definitely cannot tell them is that their views are stupid. They don't make sense. What they believe in just isn't true. And they're pretty much an idiot for believing this. You actually need to persuade them rationally and emotionally that their views may be incorrect. Nothing's going to shut down your conversation, and you will never be able to have the conversation with them because they're going to be angry at you. they're not going to like you anymore. You're probably not even going to speak with them anymore. And that's probably going to be the end of either your friendship, your collaboration, or whatever kind of relationships you had with them. You also need to be patient with them. It's going to take time, effort, and repetition for you to reach out to the other person so that you can actually break their confirmation bias. Speaking of repetition, have you ever believed something, not because you actually researched it, but because you've heard it over and over and over again? Check out repetition bias over here.